What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm reviewing Friday the 13th Part 2. This one came out in 1981 and was directed by Steve Miner and stars Amy Steele and Warrington Gillette. Now before we start, don't forget that like button, subscribe, and post notification bell so you can know for every video. And let's start talking about the good. So the opening sequence for this film is a dream or flashback sequence to the previous Friday the 13th film. Basically, it's the entire third act of that film that is in this dream sequence. So I thought it was good enough to start off this film. The opening credits score, I thought it was very creepy, and it fits the tone of the film because this film is a very creepy film, just like all the Friday the 13th films, until you get to the later films where they start getting dumb. But this one sticks to the formula of the original and stays creepy. The characters in this film, I thought they were a bit more interesting than the ones from the previous film. You have Amy Steele, and I think she is a good final girl. Her name is Ginny in the film, and I thought she was a pretty good character. She was way better than some of the characters in the previous Friday the 13th film. So I thought she was a good character in this film. The Baghead Jason, I think he's terrifying. He looks very creepy, and I think it was a great way to start off this character by not showing his face. And of course, you don't get introduced to the hockey mask in this film, but the Baghead Jason is just extremely creepy and unsettling because you never see his face until the third act of the film, and I think that it adds more suspense to the film, especially when he's in the sequences, obviously, or when he's terrorizing the people at the camp. I thought it was fantastic. Baghead Jason is a very, very good Jason. The sequences in this film, there are some tense sequences. Now, I would have wanted more tense sequences, but for this film, it's a very short film, and I thought that the sequences were pretty tense. Especially for an early 80s film. So I was very happy about that. There is a death sequence in this film, which is a police death sequence with a hammer. It's a hammer to the head, and it sort of reminded me of that sequence from Halloween 2 in the hospital that happens to the exact same person, happens to a police officer, same thing with the hammer in the head. And funny thing is that they both came out in the same year. Which is pretty crazy, but that sequence just reminded me of that Halloween 2 sequence. The third act of the film is just extremely fun and entertaining. You have Baghead Jason versus Ginny, and it's just awesome. Ginny is, like I said, a great final girl. I thought she was very good in this film. Obviously not one of the best actresses of all time, but for a Friday the 13th film, I thought she was pretty good. And her versus Jason, like I just said, I thought it was fantastic. The ending sequence for this film, I thought it was great. It fits what this film is going for. Of course, Friday the 13th, there's a million Friday the 13th movies. So of course, this is obviously not the end. I guess the only bad thing I have to say about this film is that some of the characters are, of course, usual throwaway characters in horror films. You know, you always have the dumb characters. There is a guy in a wheelchair in this film, which I thought was a good way to add more suspense, because, I mean, in the back of your head, you already know this guy is not going to make it to the end of the film because he's in a wheelchair, and of course he doesn't. But the rest of the characters, I mean, they're just usual throwaway characters. That's about it. Friday the 13th Part 2 is an enjoyable sequel. It is just as entertaining as the original film, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're a horror fan. And I'm going to give Friday the 13th Part 2 a B. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, post notification bell so you can know for every video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.